Hi guys! So today's video is just gonna be a good old-fashioned get ready with me. It is approximately 7 o'clock on a Sunday night, so I'm definitely not going anywhere, but I haven't filmed like a makeup video in so long and I just kind of want to play with my makeup and I thought you guys would enjoy watching. So I have like a little bit of an idea of what I'm going to do to my eyes, so I'm going to start with that. I haven't done anything except for very poorly filled in my brows, but yeah. So we're just going to jump into it. I guess I'll zoom in for some eyeshadow. It's been a while, so I'm scared I forgot how to do makeup, but just bear with me because I think it's going to be cute. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking and actually do my makeup. So the first thing I've done is primed my eyelids with the Bare Minerals 5-in-1 Cream Eyeshadow. This is in the shade Barely Nude, and it's basically the same color as my eyelids. So for my crease, I'm gonna be using mostly Colourpop powder shadows, and this is my palette. I'm gonna take this just like nude shade for now and set all of this. For a transition shade, I'm gonna be using Wait For It from Colourpop. Next up in the crease, I'm going to take the shade Bratty, which is also from Colourpop. I'm going for a very orange crease, so this shade is going to be perfect. And then just to darken up the outer corner, I'm going to take the shade Cannonball, which is still a pretty bright orange. It's just not as neon as Bratty. Okay, and then for the main vent, if I can get this open, oh my gosh. I'm going to be taking the shade Half Moon, and this is a Jelly Much shadow from Colourpop. I did a whole video on IGTV where I swatched most of them, maybe not all of them, but I'll have my Instagram linked in the description box in case you want to see some more shades and kind of like my first impressions. I will say the downside to these is that they are super messy. I'm just taking a little bit on my ring finger and I'm gonna put this all over this like inner portion of my eyelid. Okay, well, I haven't done this look before, and I don't know if I've actually used, I'm sure I have used this shade, but I'm having a little bit of trouble right here where it's kind of picking itself up and it's just giving me a hard time. So I might have to come up with a backup plan, but I'm gonna let it dry for a second because these do blend a little bit once you let them dry for a second. So I'm just gonna try to see if I can get the other eye looking similar or better. So that is looking like crap. and not what I envisioned at all. Blending this out with a brush did help with the patchiness, but now it's looking a lot more grungy and a lot less purple than what I was going for. So I'm gonna try to put just a regular powder eyeshadow on top of it to try to get the purple that I was initially planning for. So I'm gonna be taking the shade Lit from Colourpop and trying to get that on my eyelids. I'm still not completely satisfied with this, but it's okay. It is sort of what I was going for, but I just kind of feel like all these shades have just merged into one crazy orange purple. I don't know. I'm just gonna take a little bit of a makeup wipe and clean up. Alright, well that seems like a bit of a struggle for me to not even really be satisfied with what I've done, but sometimes that happens and it's just makeup and who cares, it will come off. Anyway, I'm gonna move on to my face so that I can stop looking crazy with just the tops of my eyelids done. So recently I have been using the Master Blur Stick from Maybelline. It's technically a primer, but as you can see it has a tint to it, and I will occasionally only use this and not use foundation, and just put some concealer on. And the way that I like to use this is with a more like shorter bristled face brush. This is the Expert face brush from Real Techniques. I was about to say Colourpop because I use their brushes all the time. Just blend this in. It blends in really easily and doesn't really like seem to matter if you don't get it completely worked in. It doesn't leave streaks or anything like that. And that does leave like a very matte finish. I will say that whenever I put this on my nose and my chin and then I put concealer or foundation on top of it, it stays like nothing else that I've ever used. I'm very impressed with how well it stays on my nose, like makes my foundation stay on my nose, because those two areas are where foundation tends to break up on me or come off because I touch my nose a lot for some reason. For foundation, I'm going to be mixing the It Cosmetics CC Cream with the L'Oreal Sunlit Liquid Bronzer in the shade Light Medium. This is in the shade Fair. And that's about the ratio that I use. And then to blend that into my skin, I'm using my It Cosmetics Love is the Foundation brush. I saw that the new one for this year is out in stores now. This one is from last year, and I really love this brush a lot. Like, I kind of want to buy the other one, and I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, because it's a really good brush, but like, do I really need another one? No, not at all. For concealer, lately I have been mixing the Maybelline Fit Me, which I'm kind of just iffy about. It's not my favorite, with the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. This one is a little light and this one is a little bit darker, so mixing them together works. Plus I'm really just trying to get rid of this because I didn't like it. To set my concealer, I'm going to be using the H&M True Matte Finishing Powder in the shade Porcelain. I actually really like this, and I didn't even buy this, I had a friend give it to me, and I really feel like I would probably buy it again. I'm gonna finish up the underneath part of my eyes, and it's just gonna be fairly simple. I'm just gonna take Bratty on a pencil brush. And just to brighten up the inner corner, I'm going to take this shade called Deja and run that pretty far into my inner corner, I think. Right, and finally, for bronzer, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Glam Bronzer for Face and Body. Bronzer for Face and Body. Wow. I talked about this in my favorites video, and I just freaking love it. Recently, I have discovered this brush from Wet n Wild, from their like dragon collection, and I freaking love it for bronzer. It's amazing, and I've just really been obsessed with this bronzer. Alright, and now that I'm bronzed, I definitely need some blush on this face. I'm going to be using the Morphe Blush Trio in the shade Pop of Coral, and I'm going to be using this shade called Unapologetic. And then for highlight, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Amrezy highlighter. For mascara, recently I have been using the Monsieur Big from Lancome. I got this at Ulta whenever it was half price because I wanted to try it, but I didn't want to pay for it. And I don't think that I would pay full price for it. Like, it's okay, but it's definitely not my favorite. There's just so much product on the wand. And then for lips, I feel like there were a lot of options with this look. I decided to stay fairly neutral, but with more of a cool undertone to kind of play into the purple a little bit. But I definitely think that you could go with something more orangey or pink or something like that that would tie into like the crease. But I decided to go with a sort of nudie, purpley tone color. This is Salt Life from Tarte. What is it called? Color Splash lipstick. Anyway, they're the ones in the blue, pretty tubes like this, and it's called Salt Life. But that is the look. Actually, now that I have my mascara on, I think I kind of like it. But anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this Get Ready With Me, and it's unpredictability as usual. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. I'll have everything that I used listed below in case you want to try this out. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!